Forget Snoopy, forget SpongeBob SquarePants. Get ready to see some transgender performances at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, if you're tuning in to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade next week, be prepared this year for what one group is calling a non-binary transgender extravaganza. Let me read that again. A non-binary transgender extravaganza. And there's Grogu. Who's that guy? That's I forget the name of that guy. But these are what you're seeing here is footage from years past. That's the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's the Pillsbury Doughboy. But so these are floats from years past. But that's all about to change. You're going to see a lot more LGBTQ plus performers this year. That's right. Macy's is reportedly making a big shift this year so that millions of people at home can watch LGBTQ plus XYZ, XY, whatever performers float down Amsterdam and Broadway in New York City with non-binary singers and performers on their Thanksgiving Day floats. And it'll be broadcast on NBC television to millions of homes, all in the spirit of inclusivity and diversity. So Macy's has been laying the groundwork for this for a few years now. Take a look at this. This is the prom's same-sex kiss makes history at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Do you guys remember this from a few years ago? This was back in 2018. Macy's featured a lesbian kiss during the parade from the Broadway performer's prom. Here it is. You can see that here. And do you guys remember this? Or am I the only one that remembers this? I remember this being...
I do not. I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I remember this being quite a bit controversy at the time. They're like, "What? This is going to be in there? Okay." So this was a Broadway show, The Prom, which I've never even heard of before, The Prom. But anyway, so that was a big deal. So that was 2018. And then last year, Macy's announced it was done with its partnership with the Red Kettles of Salvation Army, the Christian organization that rings the bell during Christmas in front of Macy's. Sort of iconic at Macy's. In New York City specifically, but you see them at Walmarts and other places like that, raising money for individuals, the Salvation Army there. So Macy's won't host the Salvation Army last holiday season, and they've continued that. They have a long history, though, Macy's does, of promoting LGBTQ messages, and they sell gender-neutral clothing as well, and they promote that. Non-binary clothing, which I don't know exactly what that is. They feature gay couples in their advertisements, and they give a lot of money to LGBTQ causes like this. Macy extends long-standing partnership with the Trevor Project, deepening its life-affirming work for LGBTQ youth in crisis, including this Trevor Project, which tries to raise awareness around mental illness in young people, trying to prevent suicides. So yes, gender dysphoria is an illness. It's a mental illness. It is classified as a mental illness by the American Psychiatric Association. In fact, both gender dysphoria and schizophrenia share very similar characteristics according to the American Psychiatric Association. They're like cousins of mental illness. My uncle had schizophrenia and he killed himself. And it's no joke. The Trevor Project aims to let LGBTQ plus kids become their, quote, authentic selves. So if that means cutting off your balls and taking mind-altering hormones, then I guess we support you. This is what Macy's says on their website. Macy's says, for more than a decade, we've been focused on advancing access to critical services, advocacy, and inclusivity for the LGBTQ community. Our partnership with the Trevor Project to support our youth mental health and valued relationships with organizations like the Human Rights Campaign help empower members of the LGBTQ community to be their authentic selves, not only during Pride, but year-round. So it's really weird then that Macy's is both giving money to stop suicide associated with this mental illness, while at the same time then promoting it on their floats at the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Doesn't really kind of add up there. The two don't line up. So how do we know this, by the way, about the Thanksgiving Day Parade? How do we know what floats are coming down the pike? Well, some savvy-eyed moms got their hands on Macy's float schedule and were appalled at what they were seeing, non-binary singers and dancers during the televised show. I wonder if they'll be clothed. I guess it'll depend on how cold it is in New York. The group is called 1 Million Moms, and they've launched a petition to stop Macy's and NBC from featuring these performers. You might have difficulty going to their website. A number of internet service providers appear to be blocking their site, 1millionmoms.com. I was finally able to get on, but you might get a warning like this, like I did earlier today. This site has been blocked by your administrator. So you might need to use a VPN to get around these restrictions. So when you finally do get on the website, you'll see their petition at the 1 Million Moms. And as of this, when I filmed this or screenshotted this a short time ago, it was at 30,993. Last night, the petition was at 25,000. There's the website. Vice News, which is now a champion of the left, published a big hit piece on 1 Million Moms a few years ago where they said this. Look at these guys complain about everything. Everything the 1 million moms wanted to call the manager about in 2020. And it goes through a litany of things, from Burger King to the WAP song to the list was pretty deep. Here's one. They slammed 1 Million Moms group for drawing attention to taxpayers-funded Sesame Street, letting Billy Porter wear a tuxedo dress and perform on Sesame Street. So liberal groups do not like the 1 Million Moms group. They call them a far-right Christian group. But other people do support them. Kristen Wagoner, the president of the Alliance Defending Freedom, was just on Fox this week, and she says it's not just about the images that our kids are seeing, it's the secret agendas. And I think she really hits on this, that's being pushed on our kids. It's not just like it's not about the floats. It's not about that. It's about the secret agenda, encouraging them behind their parents' back to go seek sex change operations, to go and get hormone blockers and puberty blockers and not tell their family about it, or not get parental consent to do it. So listen to what she has to say.
We're all about tolerance and inclusivity, and what that means is that it shouldn't be corporate brands that are waging propaganda on our children. Right now, we're seeing in the entertainment industry, at Disney's hands, as well as even in our school system, we're seeing propaganda being waged that plays out in secret transitions that are being facilitated without parents' knowledge. We're seeing curriculum and books that are being used in classrooms designed to confuse children about who they are and who God created them to be. So I think, again, it's an issue of parents saying, we're here to parent, and this ideology isn't just existing in a theory or a vacuum. It's playing out on the ground, and it's very destructive.
So they support it. Let us know your thoughts on this. Are you okay with these kind of performances at 8 a.m., 8:30 in the morning on NBC on Thanksgiving Day, when your families are gathering around to watch these performances, watch floats of Snoopy coming down, and you're seeing these types of performances? Let us know in the comments below what you think about this. Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.